All right, I thought I might show something else because I've got pretty good movement right now. So I've got 30 mesh bentonite. 30 mesh bentonite. Looks like some pretty fine sand. If you see that, that's 30 mesh bentonite. The wind is blowing that direction. That's why I figured I'd get here, I'd throw it, I'd do a loft type of deal, and you can see I kind of get it out to there. Now, that being said, if you look right there, watch that water and bentonite movement. Do you see all that bentonite coming this way? Look at it. See how it's going real hard over there? All that stuff's traveling that way. Well, the wind is blowing the opposite direction. So if you know anything how water moves, I mean, look at that grass. Where's it at? That piece of grass right there. Watch it. You see it moving that way? The wind is blowing that way. It's moving the opposite direction of wind. So you can't tell me it's water movement. I mean, look at my water. You can see it going that direction. The wind's blowing it and it's creating a current that way. All this stuff is going that way. I mean, let me sit here. You see the stuff migrating through the water? Just sit there and watch it. I'm trying to hold really still. I'm down here in the bottom of the pond. Anyway, so that tells me we have a leak over there, because what it'll do is, if there's, I mean, my water level keeps going down. We haven't had any rain, I know. I'm in the middle, I'm in Kansas, I'm around Kansas City area. So anybody that watches the channel that we're close, you know we haven't had a lot of rain. We just got some a little bit ago, a couple days ago. Wasn't much. But anyways, look at this grass. That grass is migrating kind of this direction, and literally the wind is blowing that direction. So I personally think it's a little easier with the 30 mesh and the 60 mesh. The 60 mesh is a little bigger than this. It's like coarse sand. A lot of times we use the stuff that's the size of kitty litter, and that's what we've been putting in it. And you can put it in, you can kind of see it travel. But this stuff, I may have to start switching to 30 and 60, trying to get stuff fixed with water in it, because even this bentonite, it's pulling this way and that way. It's literally coming over here. But anyways, I figured I'd show you guys that. I can't throw it and film it at the same time. I don't have nothing to set the camera down on. But anyways, when I get a heavy dusting on it, it literally all comes this way. So I'm just going to sit right here and throw the rest of my bentonite. Have a good day. Okay, well, I wasn't running the camera. I should have. That would have been really good. So what I was doing, if you've seen the bentonite that I threw over here, I was over on the bank. I had the bentonite bag sitting there at first. I was throwing it out, and I raked that this way. That's why that grass is there. But anyways, it's floating. I didn't get it all out. I can't get my excavator down here close enough to do anything. Bank's too, anyways, we don't need to go there. So I threw the bentonite out, and see how this is scum? So I had that covered over there, and that's what you usually do, or well, that's what I have found that kind of works pretty good. So when you're throwing that 30 mesh or even 60 mesh, the 30 mesh really does it because it's super fine. I showed you in the beginning of the video. So when I throw it out, it'll kind of scum up like this when you don't have a leak there. And we'll go out there, and normally what I'll do is I'll throw, like, say I'll throw some here. You know, if they suspect we've got a leak, you know, say over in that corner, or maybe they've got it, they think they have one here because they saw a wet spot outside. So we'll throw it out there until we get the scum layer on it. We'll throw one on here until we get the scum layer on it, and it works a lot better with the vegetation out. Like I said, this is just floating. I didn't get it all out, but I got, you know, I got everything. I drug the bottom, showed you my technique. It works real good, or it works good for us. Anyways, but so I had my scum layer on, and all of a sudden it started gurgling. It literally, it looked like, you know, had a fish in there, and it could have. I'm not saying it didn't, but it kind of gurgled and moved the bentonite. You know how you see this like spinning around right there? So it moved the bentonite, and all of a sudden the entire, you know, portion of bentonite that was scummed over literally just started doing this. Well, the wind is blowing that way. I showed you that before, and it was going this way. I got real excited because we have been, this is my own pond, that's my house and my shop. my own pond, and I can't get my own pond fixed, but I never have time to mess with it. And like I said, we had leftover 30 mesh, and I figured I'd go ahead and try it. Anyways, that whole scum layer came over here, stopped right there, it turned, and it literally just went whoo. And it just, you could see it. It was pulling it down into the water this way really, really hard. Really hard. And I was like, what on earth? Because my wife, she'd go around a kayak like a lot of people do. She'd take, you know, I'd get her a bucket, because my pond used to be way full. It'd be kind of to that grass layer right there, and that's normally where it sits. Well, obviously we're way low, and I'm not quite sure why. You know, maybe we sprung another leak or something. Anyways, so she'd go around her kayak, and we thought we had a leak over here. So that's why I always hit that spot. There's an area in the pond, we were digging this with the dozer, and you can see my whole, you know, I'm way up on a hill. You can kind of see that farm ground over there. It kind of comes down. I was terraced off really hard, so we basically got a dozer, and we pushed out, and we you know, took all the topsoil off, obviously, and we put a pile, you know, kind of back behind us back here. So then we went down with the dozer, pushed our clay up, and we pushed the dam out. Well, the level of the ground is, you know, we got a core in it, is what I was getting at. We dug it down and came back up, and I really feel like we had a good core in it. We had all the topsoil stripped off. We took about 2 or 3 foot off of the clay and kind of put it on the backside, and then we really got into this nice gray orange clay that we have here in Kansas, and it's almost the color of the bentonite, the gray part of it. Anyway, so we thought we were in really good soil. Well, just over in this other lot, I found a huge bed of sand. So I don't know if we got sand in this or what. Anyways, I'm getting off subject. So we always thought that the leak was over here. My wife would pour the stuff the size of bentonite that's about the size of kitty litter. I don't remember what description that is. We'd pour it in there, and it'd kind of travel over here, she thought. Well, I think what was going on is she always did a circle there. I don't know if she was making it swirl or what. Maybe we did have a leak over there, and now we just got another leak over here, or maybe we just had a continual leak along this dam. But I really hope that we just got it, because that scum layer moved over and it started pulling down in here really hard. It was pulling all the loose grass over here. That's what all this is. It literally pulled all this loose grass over. I had all this grass removed when I did the bentonite over here. So I moved the bentonite sack over here, and I just started throwing it in. Well, you could see it. It was literally going from there to, I don't know, the second larger cattail over there, about right there on camera. So it leaked all across here. I kept pounding it. Well, all of a sudden, I got my scum layer. That's usually good. Well, then it started trickling off the edge of the scum layer, and you could kind of see it. It was kind of pulling it in like this, and it stopped. Well, then I sat here and watched it, because like I said, we've been fighting this. 20-30 minutes later, it started moving again, like you turn the light switch on or open to a water spigot. Anyways, so then I threw some more out there, and I kept throwing it at the scum layer, because a lot of times you can break up, it'll kind of set, you know, on the top of the water, and it'll start expanding, and then it won't pull it down if you don't have, you know, a lot of water flow underneath there. Well, I throw bentonite at it normally, and I kind of break that apart, and then it'll start pulling it, you know, pulling the scum layer apart. I did that a couple times. It pulled a little bit, and then all of a sudden it stopped. Well, then I threw, you know, tons and tons of bentonite in there, and I got my scum layer, and it's been sitting like this for maybe an hour and a half. I mean, and the wind is blowing that way. Well, you see that bentonite, it's starting to travel now. It's literally going, you can see over there the water. It's literally traveling the you know, with the wind blowing across the top of the dam, and it's running across the water. So I really hope that this fixed it. So we will do another video. I'm gonna post this part separate, and then I'll post it with me throwing the bentonite in, and then I'll do a whole video with me pulling the grass out and whatnot, and maybe a separate. Anyways, but we'll do an update video for sure, because if this fixed it, this ought to help a lot of people, because it's kind of a technique that seems like it works really well. We have really good luck with it, and most people fight this type of issue You do have to have the right bentonite. This is the first time we've ever used 30 mesh, casting it in water. We've always been told the stuff the size of kitty litter and 60 mesh is what you cast into water, but I actually like this 30 mesh better. Anyways, so we'll see what happens, but I'll definitely do an update video. I hope we get some rain. I might pump over some water from my cistern and try to get some water in here and whatnot, because my water level keeps going down. Anyways, hope you had a good day, and like and subscribe, and let me know how you like the video, or if you have any advice, feel free to call me. We do a lot of pond work, but I'm always looking for somebody that's got great ideas. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it, and have a good day.